Hello and welcome everybody. Last time we saw isometric projections, that is the beginning of the topic, where we saw some simple things. We saw how the objects are to be drawn when the planes of the objects, they are isometric planes. If you remember last time exercises, the objects were having simple planes and we have already defined which are the basic isometric planes: left hand side plane, right hand side plane and the top plane. So our objects were having all the planes which were parallel to these three basic isometric planes. But there could be a situation where the planes may not be parallel to the isometric planes, and then we will be seeing how to draw such kind of figures. So we'll just begin like this. Let me first draw the typical place where the isometric figure is drawn. So as you know, this is our usual HP and VP, okay, which we are made use of last time. Now this is going similar to what we have learned. That means the isometric planes what we discussed, they are going parallel with this process. So this is the VP and HP which we know, and this is the XY line, and then accordingly we now just go back and revise and learn the future things also. So suppose here we are given that somewhere here that there is a point here and this point is having its top view, let's say here, and maybe the side view here. Now where will you show this point? Suppose this height is given, certain height is given, say 80. So it is 80 mm above, it is say 40 mm in front, like that. And what we will do here, the point when it will be drawn, it will be somewhere here, such that this height is 80 mm and then this distance is 40 mm. So we have drawn this point in the isometric. Now instead of a point, suppose it is a line. So there is a line, I will call it as a AB line. So this AB line is of length 80 and it is touching to the HP at this point. So the top view is this AB and the side view is this. Now the convention says it is A dash B dash, whatever it is. So now where is this line here? This line when you draw, it will come something like this, such that this is A and this is B. The length of the line is AB, which is 80, and then it is 40 mm in front. That means this distance will be 40 mm. Because this is 40. So we have drawn the line AB in isometric. Okay. Now instead of a line AB, let's say it is a plane. So I am just making this a plane such that this is the figure of a plane. This is a plane ABCD. So there is a plane ABCD like this, which we want to draw here. What you will do here, instead of calling it as a plane, let us look at a line DC. There is a line AB which we have drawn. Now imagine that there is just one line, one more line called as line DC, which we have to draw. And that DC line is at certain, say 20 mm away from line AB. So what will be this line CD here? The line CD will be somewhere here. The top view of the line CD is here, front view of the line CD is here. Maybe the side view is also, we can show it here, which is matching with the side view of the line AB. Now where is this line CD? If you want to draw, you will be drawing this line CD at a distance of 20. So going in this direction by 20, somewhere here, there will be point C, and going in this direction somewhere here, there will be point D, and then this will be your line CD. So we have drawn line AB, we have drawn line CD, and now suppose you are asked to draw the entire plane ABCD. Then what you will do? You can now think of a line AD. There is a line AD in the front view. The same line AD is here in the top view. The same line AD here is the front view. So how you will now draw line AD here? So you already have got point A, you have got point D. So all what you have to do is you have to join A and D. That will make the line AD. So the moment you join this, and similarly the moment you join BC, what has happened is you have automatically created the plane ABCD in the isometric. So you have created the plane in the isometric. The dimension of the plane is 80 by 20 at a distance of 40 mm in front of the VP. Correct? So if you think of a point, then you think of a line, then you think of a plane, then this is the figure. Now suppose there is one more plane here, which is of the same size. Now this plane is PQRS. There is a plane PQRS exactly of the same size, and it is, let us say, it is 30 mm ahead of earlier plane. Now where will be this plane PQRS here? PQRS will be exactly here. So that is PQRS. Now where you will draw this? At a further away distance by 30. So somewhere here, at a distance of 30, you can think of drawing this plane, which will come somewhere here, and when you draw, it will come like this. So this is P, Q, R and S. Right? So there are now two planes, one is ABCD and the other is PQRS, which is 30 mm in front. Okay? See, we are starting with point A and then we are gradually moving further. By point, after point we go to line, after line we go to plane, and after plane we are drawing one more plane, and now what we are going to do is, we are now calling this space between the two planes as a solid. So if I join these two and form a box, now this box, if you think of, that will be, say I'll just draw this PQRS. I have not drawn here, which I'll draw. So this is PQRS. So I have drawn PQRS in the side view also. And now if I join these two, then it forms a box. So now ABCD is one surface of the box, PQRS is another surface of the box. And when you join these two, then it becomes the actual box. So now you have drawn a solid. We have drawn a solid like this. Okay? And it is seen like this. And now if you go back and recollect what we have learned earlier, the object which is drawn is like this. And this line, that means this line is at an angle of 30 degrees. This line, which is same as this line, that is the plane HP, which again is at an angle of 30 degrees. And then the top plane here, which is the plane which is created here, and the third axis is vertical axis. So isometric axis, which we were talking about last time, these three isometric axes exist here also. If you see the solid, all the lines, they are either like this or like this or like this. So all the lines are isometric lines and all the planes are isometric plane in this example. So I just, let's say I revised what we have learned earlier, but then slightly different manner, slightly different approach we took by starting with a point A, making it as a line, then making the line as a plane, and then making the plane as a solid. So like that we have gone from point to solid and realized how the object is basically fitted in the isometric, and by making use of the three axes. Now having done this, now today we will see the next part, how to draw object where the planes are not isometric, when the planes are not isometric. So let me just give you one example as a question, and maybe I'll draw here. Suppose we want to draw an object which looks or maybe what we'll do, I'll just make some changes here itself. So on this solid, now on this solid, let us try to draw. I am now drawing one, I am showing one point here. This point is M. I have taken one point M, which is here. Where is the point M? point M is on line PS. It is on line PS. It is on line PS. And where it is? It is exactly at the midpoint. So M is midpoint of line PS. Now can you show this point M here? If you are asked to show point M here, can you show? It's very easy. M is midpoint, so here also M is here. So that is the position of M. Point M is here. So we are shown the point, we are given the point M in the orthographic view, and that point M we have managed to show it in the isometric view. Okay. Now similar to that, suppose there is a point N here which is a midpoint of point N is a midpoint of line PQ. So it will be here. Point N is a midpoint of PQ line. So can we show this point N here? This is line PQ. Therefore, N will be here. So M is here and N is here. They are the midpoints of the two lines. Okay. Now similar to MN, there are two more points on the back plane. Exactly behind M, there is one more point. Let's say this point is S behind M, and this point behind N is T. This point S and T exactly behind these 2 points. Okay, so what now we have done? We have added 4 points M, N and ST, and they are shown in the isometric figure. Now what we do? We try to create a plane which is MNST. Okay, so maybe I'll call this as S and this as T. So if I draw that, how it will come? It will look like this. So I joined these 4 points, and that has formed a plane, and that plane is now non-isometric plane. If you think of this plane which I have drawn, then this plane will be something which is not parallel to the basic isometric planes. See, this solid has got other planes which are all isometric planes, but now this is a plane which is a non-isometric plane. So suppose I try to draw this figure separate here, then how that figure will look? That figure will look something like this. So that same figure, it is S. Now P has gone, P was here, it has gone now. This is P, Q, R, S. Similarly A has gone, so A, B is here still, C is back, and then D is here. And these are points M and T, and this is point N and S. So could you see what has happened? The object which was earlier there, which was having shape A, B, C, D and P, Q, R, S, that corner is now removed. So we have removed one corner, and then the figure, in fact we can maybe make some changes here also. So because now the revised front view will look like this. Revised side view will look like this. So that this is S and this is N. And this inclined plane which is there, which is the non-isometric plane, this plane is here, which is here. Okay, so what we have done, we have marked these points and joined them, and you got the necessary figure. Okay. So what this tells us, that any shape of the object if you are given, then you will be able to draw it by thinking of what we have done to M, what you have done to N. These points like M and N, how you have marked, making use of that method, we can now draw any object. That means any shape like this, if it is given, then such kind of shape you will be able to draw in the isometric and make a solid out of it if it is required. So now the next thing is, we will now learn how to draw, let us say, a pentagonal plane. Suppose there is a plane which is of a shape of a pentagon, then that plane, if you put in the different views, how it will look. That means the isometric view of a pentagonal plane. That is what now we will see next. Okay, so now look here, there is a pentagonal plane which is shown here, and you can say this is the front view of the pentagonal plane, this is the top view of the same pentagonal plane, and then when you see from the left hand side, this becomes the LHS view of the same plane. So we are just thinking of a planar figure, not a solid figure. So now this figure which is planar figure, suppose you want to draw the isometric projection of this plane, then what you will do? Last time we have already seen how the figure is drawn if it is of a non-isometric shape. So now what we do is, I'll just try to enclose this figure in a rectangle. So if I draw one line like this, one more line here, and one more line here, and one more line here, that means the pentagon is now enclosed in a rectangle of certain size. Whatever will be the dimension, according to that it is drawn. Remember, whenever we draw any such polygons, whether we draw a triangle or a pentagon or a hexagon or whatever, remember that it is a regular figure. Regular in the sense that all the sides A, B, B, C, C, D, D, and E, all these sides are always equal. So this could be a pentagon whose dimension is, let us say, if I put it, this could be a pentagon of size 40 mm. So 40, 40, all the sizes will be 40, they are same. Okay, so having done that, there is a pentagon, whatever is the dimension, accordingly we are drawn, and then we are enclosed it into a rectangle. Now suppose I asked you, instead of drawing a pentagon, can you draw isometric projection of this rectangle? Can you draw a rectangle in isometric? All what you will have to do is, we have to measure how much is this distance and how much is this distance, and once you know this distance, then it is very easy to draw the rectangle in isometric. So I'll just do that, and this becomes the same rectangle. So this rectangle, inside which there is a pentagon which is drawn. So this rectangle we have drawn in isometric. Whatever is the dimension, you will measure, and with that dimension we draw. Now just remember what was done last time, when we have drawn a figure where one corner was cut and there were additional points M and N. So those points, how we have marked here. Same thing now we are going to do. We are not going to do anything new. So now can you draw this pentagon here? Is it possible to draw a pentagon here in this rectangle? It must be very easy, because this rectangle is already drawn with the same size. So where is A? A is obviously going to be the midpoint. So we have marked A. Now where is B? You measure this distance, whatever is this distance, which is same as this distance. With that distance if you mark, then this will be your point B. Similarly on this side, there will be point E. Now if you want to mark where is C and where is D, just measure this distance and mark it from here. So somewhere here it will be C, and same way here there will be D. So you have marked all the 5 points on the rectangle. So I'll just take you back. From where we have started? We started where we were asked to draw this pentagonal plane in the isometric. We were not knowing how to draw pentagonal plane, but what we were knowing? We were knowing how to draw a rectangle. So what we have done? We have fitted this pentagon inside a rectangle. So this green size rectangle, which is their green color, that green color rectangle is what we have constructed outside the pentagon which is given. And now we know how to draw a rectangle. So this rectangle we have drawn as per our earlier information, what we have already learnt. Now after drawing this green rectangle, next thing is we know how to mark the points, any point in a figure which is a isometric plane. Now this green figure is isometric plane. So on the isometric plane we know how to draw any point, how to mark any points. So we marked where is A, where is B, where is C, all the points are marked. Now the next job is try to create the pentagon, which is what is asked. We are asked to draw the pentagon, we are not asked to draw the rectangle. But now we will be able to draw the pentagon by joining these points. So we have drawn the pentagon in the isometric. Correct? So once you do that, your figure is ready. Now on the similar lines, suppose you are given, instead of a pentagon, suppose you are given a hexagon. Can you draw a hexagon? No difference. If there is a hexagon, first try to fix the hexagon inside a rectangle, then draw that rectangle, and in the rectangle mark all the 6 points of the hexagon here, and then join them. That will give you the hexagonal plane in isometry. Now pentagon 5 sides, hexagon 6 sides, square 4 sides, triangle 3 sides. So as you go on increasing sides, what happens? 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides, 8 sides is octagon, 10 side, 12 side. Suppose you draw a polygon which has got number of sides, let us say infinity. How that polygon will look? Instead of 5 sides, 6 sides, 7 sides, 10 sides, 25 sides, 100 sides, 1000 sides, infinite sides. If you draw a polygon of infinite sides, then it is a circle, right? That is a circle. So now, since you know how to draw pentagon, you know how to draw hexagon, can you draw a circle? Now let's think of how to draw a circle. So what I'll do is, let's say I'll draw one circle, which is what they asked. So there's a circle like this, and you are asked to draw, instead of a pentagonal plane, now there is a circular plane, and you are asked to draw this circle in the isometric. So let us try to do the same thing like what we have done here. So first thing is, we enclose this circle in a rectangle. So we have fitted the circle inside a square. It is a rectangle, but it is a square because it is a circle in which it is fitted. So this square, can you draw in isometric? Yes. Let us draw the square in isometric. So we have drawn the square in isometric, which is what we know how to draw: 30-degree angle, 30-degree angle, vertical, vertical. All these 4 lines, they are isometric lines. Now what next? Whenever any question is asked and you want to know the answer, what you do is, you try to compare this with a question of your choice whose answer you know.